Now remember you at the end of this trail. You had so much left to do. You had so little time to fail. There's some people that we can never forget, though we've known their faces one time or two. When I'm all alone in the great unknown, I will remember you. Oh, didn't I always love you? Oh, didn't I always care? Hey, didn't I sleep beside of you with the rain blowing in your hair? And I will remember you when the wind blows through the piney wood. It's always you who came right through. It's always you who understood. And though I never say I ever done it the way that you would have wanted me to, in the end, my dear sweet friend, I will remember you. There's some people that we should never forget, though we've known their faces one time or two. When I'm all alone in the great unknown, I will remember you. In the end, my dear sweet friend, I will remember you.
Eldon came into my life this summer in 1999. I can remember that day like it was yesterday. Travis and I had been in Wichita with our Gramps at a Wichita Wranglers game. And when we came home, my mom and Eldon were on the back porch, probably having a cold Bud Light. He shot up out of his chair and he stuck his hand out and he said, "Miss Lace?" He said, "I'm Eldon. It's so nice to meet you." For the rest of our time together, every time he greeted me when I walked into a room, "Miss Lace?" I just really wish I could hear it again. The stories that I've heard and the words that I've read about Eldon all echo one another. He was like my dad. He was the dad I never had. He was the dad I wish that I had. He believes in me. Kindness, compassion, honesty, integrity, respect. For so many, Eldon wanted better for them than they wanted for themselves. He saw their potential, and he worked hard to draw it out of them. He was tough at times, but when he was, it's because he knew you were selling yourself short. He didn't care where you came from, but he cared where you were going. And he would do anything he could to help get you there. But he wouldn't do it by himself. If he saw or heard of someone struggling, he had his quiet ways of helping. Eldon didn't love out loud, except to my mom. But he loved so compassionately and so fully, and with everything he had and everything he was, he loved us. And all of you. As Chris said, when someone was struggling, might have been $100 in the desk drawer. When the young salesman was working to better himself, it was a co-signature. The shoes, and so many others. It's moments like that that describe who he really is. I can't talk about him in past tense yet. Eldon commanded a room, not in fear, not intimidation, but in respect and admiration. People gravitated to him. You felt better by being in his presence. You were better by being in his presence. His laugh was the very best sound. Eldon made you work hard, do your best you could in any situation, even the hard ones. He made you think of life from every single angle. He listened to your ideas, even if they weren't the greatest. He listened, he gave values to your goals and to your dreams. Eldon did not believe in taking days off. It was a cardinal sin. Keith told me every now and then he'd pull up on his bike on a day off. He might need to grab something out of his desk. So he'd walk in, come back out, and E would be standing by his bike. He would say, "I'm just curious." And Keith would say, "About what, E?" Say, "I just wonder if those saddlebags are full of money, because how else could you afford to take the day off?" He was the first one at the dealership every morning and the last one to leave, usually. He would tell everyone good morning, from the guys up front, the ladies in the office, the service drive, the parts department, the body shop, the wash bay, and all the techs walking his way back up. Everyone was equal. He was better than no one. He'd be the first to tell you that without the people that worked for him, he would be nothing. He wasn't a leader, or he was a leader. He wasn't just a boss. As Gabe said, he truly understood a rising tide would lift all boats. Collaboration and working together is what made you the best. It doesn't feel right to stand here and not share some of my favorite Eldon memories. There are so many, but as I've tried to arrange my thoughts this week, these are the ones that have made me laugh until I've cried. And laughter through tears always seems to be the best medicine. Eldon couldn't drive. I mean, he could drive, but it wasn't good when he drove. He knew one speed. It was hammer down, at all times, applying the brakes at the last possible millisecond with no finesse at all. Anyone that rode with him knows what I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, he gave my mom whiplash once. Like literally, he really did. From then on, with the seat reclined, her eyes closed, seatbelt fastened, she prayed for the best. I don't think Eldon ever used a turn signal. He sold so many cars that came with them standard, but he never once utilized one. A lane change was aggressive, it was abrupt, and it came without warning. When I was 16, I had